Has Shout Factory died? I started seeing a lot of strange comments from people online that were pointing out a lot of different clues that made them believe that Shout Factory was like done, like over, like no more physical media, no more site, nothing.
Was it the constant lack of titles and reissues?
Well, I'm going to tell you that wasn't something anyone directly pointed to, but that's some things that I think we all think about sometimes. But there was a lot of rumors that were flying around about them shutting down.
Hold on, was it Arrow getting the same acquisition of the Hong Kong films?
Stealing their lunch?
Yeah, they constantly do that to them.
Well,
Arrow bullied them into goddamn bankruptcy, it sounds like.
Here are the clues that people were picking up on and putting together to say, hey, what's happening here? So it started back in July, I guess. Nobody really batted too much of an eye back then, but I guess recently things started kind of heating up. So I guess in July, Shout's parent company bought some like streaming service called FilmRise, a streaming distributor, and then they made this new holding company called Radial Entertainment. And at that time, 14% of staff were, I guess, like laid off. So there was like, okay, that wasn't great, but maybe they're just reconfiguring, reorging, whatever.
So when does the good news come in?
At the end of October, Shout ended their loyalty program, which hadn't been up for, I don't think, very long. But they ended the loyalty program, which I saw a lot of people were upset by because they had some like points or whatever like tied up in it. I'm not in the program. I'm not 100% sure on details, but it had been discontinued. So it was like, okay, what the hell's that about? Then recently they had some serious discounts on their website. I don't know if you picked up anything, but they had, they traditionally have sales now and then, but some stuff was like, they're basically giving the site away is what it felt like.
I wasn't on their site, but I was on Amazon a week ago, and I almost bought it. Humanoids from the Deep on 4K with the slipcase, with the slipcover. Dude, it was $15.99. Yeah. And the only reason I didn't jump on it was because I want that steelbook that they put out of it. That movie's awesome. Yeah, but I couldn't, that's the cheapest I think I've ever seen a boutique label product go for sale on Amazon. So I assume that makes sense. They're matching whatever's going on on Shout's site. But I ask you this, dude, are we done with Oliver Stone's filmography?
They can't quit yet.
Exactly. They can't close until we get what haven't they done?
What haven't they done? But so all these rumors were kind of flying around. People were like, what's happening? There wasn't any mention of them closing down or discontinuing physical media. And I did see in some of these threads, someone commented that had, I guess, some direct ties to Shout directly, saying that films are still being restored, extras are still being produced. This isn't maybe what it seems, but they didn't concretely say, like clear up any bad news. They were just like, hey, we're still doing stuff. Then I saw people commenting, and I don't know where they were getting this information from, but they were speculating that GRUV was going to be the new home for Shout titles. And a lot of the talk around that was that, like you said, Amazon, a lot of places sell Shout outside of shout.com, shoutfactory.com. So it would maybe make sense that maybe that's the case.
So they're going to do exclusively through GRUV?
So that's what I saw. And then I started doing some searching myself, and I came across this. I was like, is shoutfactory.com shutting down? And all these articles, no, Shout Factory not shutting down, yada, 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 so forth. But not even a couple of days ago, after this article is like, a week or so ago, Drew Taylor, great job on this reporting.
Shout out to Drew.
Shoutfactory.com is officially closed. And they are now, the home page for Shout Factory is now on GRUV. GRUV.com is the storefront for Shout Factory now. And this is the notice that went out. We're excited to announce that Shout Factory is now officially available at GRUV.com, while shoutfactory.com has discontinued its standalone site. The fun continues on GRUV. We've built a dedicated Shout Factory hub where you'll discover fresh releases, exclusive promotions, and hand-picked collections all in one convenient location. And then they go on to, tell us how great Shout Factory is, etc. And they also mention now you get free standard shipping on all Shout Factory orders, which that's new because you weren't getting that at shoutfactory.com. No. And they're also offering a 15% off your first order if you sign up. So that came out. Then
we're going to get a lot of Shout Factory steelbooks.
And then Shout Factory themselves delivered an email to basically most people. I'm assuming you didn't get one of these?
No.
Hey, I got one of these. So now
I've ordered from Shout like for years now. I didn't get any of this.
And this is basically just explaining something similar, but also like, hey, if you bought from us, if you pre-ordered anything, if you bought off from our sale, etc., like here's how everything's going to be handled. So, basically don't worry. GRUV has GRUV only ships, I think, to the US, but there is a GRUV Canada site and some other things that are going on. So you can still buy Shout Factory stuff pretty much everywhere else, but it looks like GRUV will probably have those exclusives that Shout would have had on their website.
Do you think the designs will change? Do you think this is a whole sort of uprooting and rebranding of sorts, or do you think it's going to stay exactly the same? GRUV is just going to be exclusively putting out their product.
So this is the Shout Factory sort of like homepage here.
This is the GRUV homepage, Matt.
It is GRUV, but it's GRUV.com/collection/Shout Factory, and this is where you're going to go to get anything that's exclusive to Shout from before.
But do you know what I'm asking? Do you think in the future, obviously these were all planned and they were going to come out regardless.
Yes.
If Shout just completely folded.
Yeah.
What I'm asking is, do you think this is going to be a complete rebranding of like their slipcases? Because GRUV does a lot with steelbooks. That's what I'm asking.
They do. No, I see what you mean.
Do you think Shout is going to become basically the same titles they have, a focus on horror, but it'll be steelbooks? Like, for instance, like Night of the Comet, we're probably going to get steelbooks of that, and Return of the Living Dead, et cetera, et cetera. Or do you think it's going to remain exactly as is, and GRUV will just be,
I hope that. I hope that's the case.
I hope that too.
Yeah, I hope that's the case.
I'm trying to. What do you guys think? I forget I'm on a live stream. I'm just talking to my friend.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your thoughts. If it's going to change, or you think GRUV's just doing us a solid and taking over.
And what are people's experience with GRUV? I know you shop at GRUV. I've never shopped there.
I've had great experiences with GRUV.
I saw some hit or miss comments.
Really? Let me say this. I don't order from them often, but I know I've ordered twice from them in the past year, and I've had no complaints. And the pricing is usually very good. They run a lot of deals. You'll oftentimes run into like a 3 for $29.99 steelbook deal. They pop up all the time on my feed. How
are things shipped to you? Because that's the one comment I saw, that it's just like some flat mailer, like bulk.
It was, but my experience, I'd put it's a step above Amazon.
Okay,
but not great.
Gotcha.
Either. So yes, when you ordered from Shout, you got boxes. You got the poster box, roll it up. I mean, damn, you remember when you'd get the bundles? I mean, it's a box.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know yeah. And no, GRUV does not do that from my history with them.
I saw a couple of people say that titles that they thought were previously sold out, including some like box sets and such, are now for sale again on GRUV.com. Maybe there was just some inventory they found. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is what's going on. Shoutfactory.com, no more. I don't know what that means exactly, other than maybe they weren't getting any direct sales. Maybe people were buying elsewhere. So what sense did it make for their site to be there? I hope it's not like the beginning of some end for them.
And I don't think so either, beyond my question of the rebranding.
Yeah.
Because, Shout always struggled with this. And that's because they put their products available on Amazon. And so everyone's naturally going to go to Amazon. Mm-hmm. What did Shout do for the past couple years? Order from us directly and you'll get a poster. You'll get these trinkets, but you're still paying for shipping unless you hit, I believe it was like $75
a change too.
Yeah. And it's, people aren't they're just going to go to Amazon.
Yeah.
So this is probably great for them because they can hopefully get off Amazon, go exclusively through GRUV, and then have a sort of relationship like what Arrow has. Go through. Well, I guess Arrow's through Amazon also.
They'll still be on Amazon, but like I said, they're still going to sell everywhere. It's just here. This is where the exclusive home is, and like you said, like you get the posters probably here. You get the snow globes.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. I thought. See, I'm dumb. I thought you were saying this was exclusively going to be sort of like Lionsgate.
No. They're not exclusive to here, but this is their new home essentially.